Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And it's your boy Taco Bell Wani, and unfortunately there is another reason to be added to the list of reasons Max Holloway is looking like Habib food at UFC 223, where he's stepping up on 6 days notice to fight Habib Nurmagomedov, one of the most dominant grapplers the lightweight division has ever saw. Max Holloway stepping up and replacing Tony Ferguson on short notice, 6 days notice. And I mean, Max Holloway's coming off of an injury, so let's look at the reasons, all of the things stacked up against Max Holloway here. For one, he just was injured in his last training camp for UFC 222 and forced out of the main event of that fight. So Max Holloway had to heal up from that injury, so he hasn't really been able to train much. Just 2 weeks ago, he was talking about he still may need surgery on that ankle, so he's still somewhat injured. He's not 100% for sure. So on top of that injury, he's a smaller guy. He's coming up from the featherweight division. There's another reason. Also, on top of that, he's a striker. He's not known for his jiu-jitsu. I mean, we've seen what Habib did to the last two strikers he fought in Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, smash face. So this is a smaller striker that's not known for his elbows or his, jiu-jitsu. So he's got less weapons off of his back where he's very likely to be. So there's three things against Max Holloway. Now, another thing is what his nutritionist is coming out and saying today. This is going to be tied for the biggest weight cut he's ever done. And we all know a bad weight cut can really affect your performance. Now, the good thing is he's got George Lockhart, one of the best nutritionists out there when you hear of UFC fighter nutritionist. So I'm sure he's going to have like a scientific method and try and keep Max Holloway, even though it's the biggest weight cut he's ever done, he's going to try and do it to where he's able to stay healthy and stuff like that. With that being said, this is what Lockhart had to say. It was a lot of math, a lot of calculations, and a lot of fucking stress in a short amount of time. Anybody that follows us knows what I do. This is tied for the largest weight that I've ever done. So he's letting everybody know this is fucking a tough task, even for the featherweight Max Holloway, who's got an extra 10 pounds than like if you were trying to call on an Eddie Alvarez or something like that, who said, yo, I'm at about like 190 right now. They did call me, but I can't make that weight, and it's not realistic. That's why they had to go with either Max Holloway or Brian Ortega, who was also offered the fight. Max Holloway stepping up, the featherweight champion. But we all know a bad weight cut can affect, we've seen this many times, a bad weight cut can affect a fighter's cardio. And this is not just a 3-round fight, this is also a 5-round championship fight against a full camp Habib Nurmagomedov who's been training for a 5-round fight. Max Holloway is looking like fucking food, dog. If he wins this fight, it is just insane, and it's literally, man, it was going to be, I wouldn't call it luck, but it's going to seem like luck if Max Holloway wins this fight, because he's not known for his submissions. It's a bad style matchup. Every fighter has a puncher's chance, but this is Habib's fight to lose. If Habib makes a mistake, maybe Max Holloway can win, but the odds are against Max Holloway. Holy flying flipping flapjacks. And as his nutritionist said, on top of everything else, this is the biggest weight cut he's ever had to do. And this is the nutritionist speaking, not Max Holloway's biggest weight cut, the professional George Lockhart nutritionist. This weight cut is tied for the biggest weight cut he's ever had to do on 6 days notice for anybody, any of his clients. That's big. With that being said, it is what it is. With the full-time family, know what you think in the comments. Whew, in order to beat the best, you gotta be the best. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best, and the best is blessed. That's what Max Holloway said, but damn, 6 days notice is a tough task. I'm out. And as always, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified every time I upload a video. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.